Alright, so what did we do to find the missing piece here when we needed to complete the square? What did we do to find C? Been doing it for a couple days now. We divide what by 2? Okay, so we take that middle number and divide it by 2, right? And then we do what with that? Once we divide it by 2, what else are we going to do? Square it. What is 9 squared? 81. So this becomes x squared plus 18x plus 81. I didn't give you the instructions. We're looking at the same instructions that we used the other day, where once we find the trinomial, we're then going to write it as a perfect square binomial. Remember that's your parentheses part? So what goes inside the parentheses there? X plus 9. Good. So both of these are the answer I'm looking for right now. Okay, let's talk about D. And I'm going to let you work on E. Actually, let's talk about E since it's right here, and then you guys can do D and F. Okay, so just like we did a second ago, middle number divided by 2 squared. What is 7 divided by 2? And somebody needs to tell me what that is squared. $12.25. Okay. What goes inside of my parentheses for a perfect square binomial? X plus what? 3.5. Perfect. That makes, you can't really see my decimal point there. Alright, I'm going to move this over so you can see D and F. You can practice D and F. There are D and F. Try those. We'll talk about them in a minute. Alright, letter D. What did you put to start this problem? Okay, negative 10 over 2. And what was that? Okay, so then x squared minus 10x plus 25.
Teachers, we do have a lesson.
Alright. Once you have it written this way, what did you write inside your parentheses? X what? Minus 5. Make sure if that's negative, you put minus. Alright, and the last one, what was your trinomial? Plus what number? 256? Okay. And what was your perfect square binomial? X plus 16. Alright, great. Alright, so I think you're good with those. Let's try solving again. So this is like example 2. We had A and B in example 2, so we're going to have a C, and then we're going to have a D. So x squared plus 10x equals negative 16, and x squared minus 4x equals 1. So now we're going to solve them. Give you a minute to write them down. If you write them down real quick, you can go ahead and start trying to solve them. Alright, so what is the first thing you did when we had problems like this? We will take 10 and divide it by 2. And square it. What is 10 divided by 2? What is 5 squared? I didn't have to tell you guys this the first day we did it, but I told my second period that if you don't have this, I call it the side work over here, I'm letting it help you out. Alright, and then I'm going to put blanks. And remember, if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. What goes in these blanks here? 25, good. Again, some of you are like, why in the world do I need to put a blank? I put a blank there so I don't forget that I need to put it in both places or where it goes. Alright, then what is the next step once I have this perfect square set up? Okay, put it in a binomial. What is this binomial going to be? X plus 5 equals what? 9. Where'd you get 9? Negative 16 plus 25. Alright, then what do we do? Square root it. I don't know if that's a word, but we're going to pretend it is. Alright, x plus 5 equals? Okay. Good, you didn't forget the negative. Now what do I do? So x equals negative 2. And then I subtract 5, and x equals. Okay, try letter D. Some of you probably already have. Alright, letter D. What did you guys do first? Negative 4 divided by 2. What is negative 4 divided by 2? Okay, negative 2. What is negative 2 squared? So, x squared minus 4x plus equals 1 plus. And I believe you put 4 and 4, right? Alright, what does this perfect square trinomial become in the binomial there? X what? Plus 2? Minus 2. Remember, if this is a negative, this in here is a negative as well. Alright, equals what number? 5. I already know that's not, you're going to get a decimal this time, aren't you? Square root. X minus 2 equals 2 point what? 24. And x minus 2 equals negative 2.24. Add 2. And x equals 4.24. Add 2 and x equals negative 0.24. Okay. Alright, we're going to do 2 more, which was like example 3. If you open your foldable, what was the difference between example 2 and 3? It equaled 0. What did we have to do when it equaled 0? We had to do what? We had to add it or subtract it to get it to the other side, right? Okay. So last two, but last type. Example 3. Let's say we've got x squared minus 16x minus 17 equals 0. If you don't have room, get another piece of paper. And there's paper back here if you need it, and I'll tell you how to glue it on in a minute. But these are the last two. X squared plus 6x minus 2 equals 0. So the first step you guys just told me is to do what with C so that I've got it in the right form. Add 17. So x squared minus 16x. I'm going to go ahead and put blanks there. What is 0 plus 17? Once I've moved it, what's the step now? Yep, negative 16 divided by 2. What is negative 16 divided by 2? What is negative 8 squared? 64, 64. What do I write in my binomial? X what? Minus 8 equals, I do not know what 17 plus 64 is. 81, I like that, it's perfect. Square root. What's the number? And then what's the last step there? Add 8. What is 9 plus 8? 17, okay. And add 8. What is negative 9 plus 8? Negative 1. Great. Try letter D. All right. What did you do for letter D? Add to it. I'm about to have to just call on people. Everybody's all quiet today. All right. Now what? What is 6 divided by 2? What is 3 squared? Have you noticed that some of these we've been completing the square for the same problem over and over and over and over again? This 6 squared plus this x squared plus 6x plus 9. I bet we've done it a million times because after a while they're the same thing. It's just they might have something different in front of it or behind it. All right. So what does that become? And you know, we've been talking about completing the square. You know, this is also factoring special binomial, the special cases. We did that too. What's 2 plus 9? 11. I know I'm going to have a decimal then. X plus 3 equals 3 point what? 32. And x plus 3 equals negative 3.32. Okay, excellent. Okay, now what do I need to do? X equals 0.32. I'm going to need to change my pen. I can't almost see it. Alright, and then what else? So x equals, there we go. Alright, I'm going to hand you your worksheet from yesterday. If you finished it, I'm not giving it back to you. I'm just going to leave it turned in the basket. If you finished that one, but you didn't finish the other one, I'm going to hand that one to you because it's a good review for your quiz. Okay?